Wearing his uniform, he was assassinated. He left behind a wife and 2 young kids, and his colleagues are fed up.
We've heard Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Well, cops' lives matter too. So why don't we just drop the qualifier and just say lives matter and take that to the bank?
Well, no one's listening, sadly, Sheriff. Now to discuss this is Sheriff David Clarke of Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. Sheriff, we just discussed this a week ago face-to-face. It happened again. Can you give us an idea what that does for law enforcement when you see this assassination take place?
Well, let me start here. First of all, the headline is, Black Man Shoots White Defenseless Police Officer. Because I get sick and tired when it's the other way around. When an officer defends his life, they always point out that it's a white officer shooting an unarmed black suspect. I thought I had seen the worst when officers Lou and Ramos, NYPD's finest, were gunned down simply sitting in their cruiser, and now we have this. Look, President Obama has breathed life into this ugly movement, and it is time now for good law-abiding Americans to rise up like they did in Houston around that Chevron station, an outpouring, but it can't just be symbolic. We now have to counter this slime, this filth coming out of these cop haters.
Well, Sheriff, a lot of people listening right now will say, no, President Obama shed light on a problem, and that's the way blacks are treated by law enforcement in this country for too long. What's your reaction?
That is a lie. President Obama didn't shed light on anything. This is nothing more than an attempt to weaken the institution of policing. If there's anything that needs to be straightened out in this country, it is the subculture that has risen out of the underclass in the American ghetto. Fix the ghetto, and then you'll see a lesser need for assertive police officers or policing in these areas, and then you'll see less confrontation. Stop trying to fix the police, fix the ghetto.
So, Sheriff, what is it like on the street for the cop? I know you're a sheriff now, but you're on the streets, you talk to others, you go to conferences. Are things changed right now for a law enforcement, for a cop at any level when they go to do their job?
Sure, they're beleaguered right now, and they're beleaguered not out of fear of what's going on the street. Look, we take this on willingly. We volunteer for this service here, but what we're beleaguered by is the fact that we don't have any support from the political class. We don't have the resources. Most of these agencies, I know mine is, I'm 150 deputies short. The City of Milwaukee Police Department is about 300 officers short. So they send the law enforcement officer into these untenable, impossible environments, and they ask them to work miracles, and it just doesn't work like that. We will see support when we start getting the resources we need to deal with these situations. But again, Brian, and I'm not going to stay off of this, and I'm not going to leave it alone and stick my head in the sand about it. The problem isn't the American police officer. Barack Obama won't admit that these failed liberal urban policies have destroyed these great cities.